The best part of getting out of prison has been the people that I've been able to connect with. So for all those years, I really felt, limited with who I could connect with. And I was amazingly lucky. I had people from all over the world that I wrote letters with, or I was able to call people. The limits on the number of the calls are limits on the number of numbers on your call list. Calls cost money. Sometimes you run out of money on the phone. It was just an experience of feeling limited, feeling like kind of trapped by my circumstances. And since I've been out, I've continued to have these like serendipities, these people I've run into. I had somebody reach out on TikTok and say, hey, I'd like to talk to you. I saw your video. I'm training to be a social worker. And we had like an hour-long Zoom call that was absolutely inspirational, that made me feel better about what I was doing, made me feel like I might actually be making a difference, that seemed to give him some kind of hope or insight. It was wonderful. It really made my day. And then just the other day when I was in a funk, I was in one of those places where I was kind of crawling out of my own skin. I was really struggling. Somebody reached out and wanted to talk about motorcycles and talked about the kind of service work he does with motorcycles. And I ended up going out to his house, and it was exactly what I needed. We talked for 2 or 3 hours. It ended up being a much deeper, much more real conversation than I ever expected. And when I left and I got back, I texted him and I just said, look, dude, I really needed that. Like, I appreciate that. And these serendipities have been happening more and more. And it's not something that I could have planned or imagined, right? And not every day is amazing, and not every day brings some kind of magical figure, but just the opportunity, right? And realizing and continuing to be grateful for that opportunity every day, because there was a lot of my life that I wasn't recognizing what was in front of me. And now, not only am I grateful, but I actually do have a kind of broader opportunity and a broader, ability to interact with people. And that's really what I think it's about, because I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what was important. I spent a lot of time trying to look at, where I wanted to focus my energy. And I realized that it's people, right? Like, there are things that are great, like, fast cars and big houses, and they're great. And I mean, I'm sure everybody wants that to a certain degree, and I want that to a certain degree. But it's really about people. And so at the end of the day, if you have the big house and the fast car, but nobody to share it with or nobody to experience it with, it's a pretty lonely thing. And, when I look back on my drug days or my drug dealing days or whatever it was, that was it. Like, sitting in a basement playing Grand Theft Auto, like, coked out of my mind with nobody to talk to and nobody to hang out with me that didn't want to be there just for the coke. It's about as lonely as you can get. Or, being in prison, being surrounded by people but feeling totally alone. It's about as lonely as you can get. So as I look at these connections that I've built now, I'm just so grateful because I have these opportunities and I have these real relationships. And it's about connection, right? It's not just about like, I'm here to serve and I'm here to help, because there can be this really condescending attitude to being of service, to being helpful. Like, I'm here to help you because I'm better than you. And that's not what it is at all. It's about the human exchange. And that's really one of my issues with, some of the kind of boundaries in therapy, is that we're all just doing the best we can, right? None of us have the answer. None of us know exactly what we're doing, but we can share our experience and we can share our perspective. And hopefully by doing so, we can help understand each other a little bit more. And every therapist that I've talked to that I really respect says that they learn from their clients, just like their clients learn from them. That they heal through the relationships that they have, they're not just there to help other people heal. So yeah, I'm really grateful for that. And as I was thinking about that today, I wanted to share how 19 years in prison really gave me the perspective to appreciate how important people are, because I don't know that I would have gotten to this place if it hadn't been for that.